What up? What up?
Dude, we're matching. That's crazy.
What up, everybody? Should I just get on rest right now?
Alright, so it's called Beyond Obsession Eclippz X Pokimane. Apparently it's mature. I'm not mature, so fuck you. It was like any other day for Andy. He woke up at 5 a.m., ate his 2 heaped spoonfuls of G Fuel, donated $60,000, then arrived in offline chat nervously waiting for his queen's arrival. Let me stop. How the f this motherfucker know I wake up at 5? And how does he know I drink 2 G Fuels in the morning? Please sponsor me. Do I give away a lot of information? It didn't matter how long he had to wait. Every hour just made him more thirsty for the presence of her petite, perfect face. With every sweat bead that dripped off his stubbly face, the more donations that came running in from other simps. Does this motherfucker know me IRL? Bro, I'm into more petite women, you know? However, Andy was not like other simps. He was Pokimane's beloved. They have never met in person nor exchanged a lover's kiss, but would soon meet in a week's time at the Big Apple, where they hope to exchange their first kiss. The stream has started and the donations were already flooding in like a raging waterfall. Poki #1 fan donated 40,000 euros. I love you so much. Please have my baby. Simply Joe Mama donated $500. This is all I have. I'm sorry for disappointing you, my queen. Your new boyfriend donated 100,000 quid. I made a song for you. Please listen to it and notice me. And more donations came in. Next digit after next. Every live message flying by at its unbearable speeds, but all stopped when Andy came into chat. He didn't even donate. Just a simple hey in chat was able to freeze everyone in place. It was almost as if chat has been muted, but it wasn't. It was just Andy. Hey Pokey, he said in chat, I just want to say that I love you. Here's a gift. After he spoke these words, the amount of bits that were gifted was so tremendous that the whole stream nearly crashed. However, Pokimane was used to this kind of treatment from her husband and chortled? What the f does chortled mean? Breathy, gleeful way. Oh, it's a laugh. A little before saying, I love you too, Eclippz. He left in a single click, flustered and giddy to hear those words uttered from his love's mouth, her soft pink lips moving in such a movement that could excite anyone to witness it. Isn't he such a lucky guy? Welcome to Meme Break.
Feel like you farted.
Thank you for watching Meme Break. It's been 6 days since that large donation Andy made. He couldn't wait any longer. His legs felt wobbly as the days passed on. He couldn't wait to see his queen's face. He'd been saving up that money from when he wanted a PS5, but he got an Xbox Series X instead. SMH. Well, at least I got something, you know? And plus, the Series X is not that bad. That was retarded and gay. It's not a disappointment to him though. Now his queen can afford enough for Grubhub order for Burger King. It's like... Besides that, today was an important day. It was the day before he met his love, his sweetie pie, his peanut to his butter, Pokimane. He had been packing his gifts for her since early hours of the morning. Merch, essentials, non-essentials, some questionable things, and so much more. He wasn't going to go to his girl empty-handed. That's what an incel would do, but Andy was a Chad, a major Chad. Him and Pokey planned on meeting 30 minutes before midnight to ensure that their kiss would be at the clock struck 12. Then it could be more romantic. If not, the worst would happen. The Simps could have a chance at winning her heart. But there was no time to dry about that. He had to get to the Big Apple, for it was only 11:14 p.m. and his time was limited. He dashed through the doors, wind blowing behind him. Definitely not 40. He was wearing the best strip and grabbed his weird champ face mask on his Gucci kitchen counter and bolted right through the door, clutching his gifts, an aching heart in hand. I'm wearing an Alfredo hoodie, but if this story was real, I would probably be wearing this. I'm gonna be Pokey. I'm actually gonna meet the love of my life. He closed his eyes and thought, his speed increasing as his heart rate did. It was moments before a traumatic event happened that he would see her. He was right in front of her. He was gonna reach to kiss her beautiful face. The bells of a nearby chapel marked the time of the special moment. Bonk! He had run into a lamppost right in front of the love of his life. What a fucking idiot. I'll have Hood Yoda read the first.
Beaming rays of sun peered through the blinds of an unfamiliar window. Soft velvet sheets were draped over Andy's lower torso. Fresh! Almost as if they weren't used before. There was also happened to feel a wet flannel placed gently on his forehead. He felt something warm towards his right. Another human finger. He groaned and turned his head to a direction which he saw a sight to behold.
It was his wife, Pokimane, wearing nothing but her red-laced undergarments and a pearly white soft house coat. Oh, it's a robe? Why is my face looking so fucking red? Holy shit. I'm not blushing. His hair was wet and dripping. Oh, you're finally awake, Eclippz. She let out a soft giggle. It's so great to see you in person, my love. I'm sorry about what happened back there. You ran into a pole. I hope you're okay. She then embraced towards Andy, clutching him on that bed. The concern in her face was hard for her to hide as she wept tears onto his chest, his shirt drenched with an imprint of her magnificent, glistening brown eyes. I'm just glad you're okay, she wept, clenching to his body with every fiber of her being. Although Andy couldn't move that well due to his head injury which caused him to have temporarily impaired vision, he sat up a little and brushed his hands against the top of her small, fragile head, his fingers entangled in the silky, dark hazelnut strands of her hair. It was as if it was the moment they had lost yesterday, but maybe now was the time. Welcome to Meme Break.
There he is! There's the guy that doesn't open up his ass cheeks in the shower to let the water in. Just imagine how stinky that ass could be.
Thank you for watching Meme Break. They glazed into each other's eyes, inching closer every second. Pokimane raised her delicate fingers onto Andy's reddening cheek. Her touch was like porcelain. They edged closer and closer, their lips about to make contact. Blah, blah, blah. Room service, a random voice said from behind the door. It was then that he realized where he was. Sorry about that. I'm staying at a hotel. This is so far from my house, Pokey said with a nervous laugh. I'll go to the kitchen. I'll meet you there. Pokey opened the door and gazed at the person behind the door. It was no one but the man himself, dressed in a thin white shirt that is pressed against his body, sculpting around his abs and pecs. His bald, smooth head glistened in a small chandelier hung in the center of the room, and his trousers were jet black and tight, just like Pokey's chest when she saw him. If it was him, simply Joe Mama, known as the former president himself, Barack Obama. My queen, I did as promised. I said I'd make it up to you. He then knelt onto one knee, the other facing towards her now hot, flustered face. My queen, will you take my hand in marriage? Let me be clear. I added, let me be clear. As those words emerged from his mouth, Pokey screamed, what the f***? Who are you? Before she could even finish her sentence, Obama clutched onto her frail arms with his strong, muscular hands and passionately kissed her, savoring every moment of it, as this kiss with Pokimane would probably be the last with her. But at that moment, Andy walked in just to see his wife kissing another. Heartbroken, defeated, shattered, cracked his heart in two. What was this feeling? A feeling of pain, suffering, loss, heartbreak? It was too much to bear. He dashed across the room and shoved Obama away. I wouldn't do that. That's my president. Thank you. I'd be like, yo, Obama, that's not poggers. Running frantically away from this situation, Pokey chased after him, struggling to keep up. Eclippz, it wasn't what it looked like, I promise. But he was too far away to hear this. He just kept bolting and bolting until he was back home. The pain in his head now heaved into his heart. Bruh. Yo, Pierre, bro, you're telling me this is ugly? There Andy was again at home, doing the same normal routine, waking up, getting ready, daily donation, all that same boring shit. But something was off. Pokey would normally start streaming at 9 a.m., but she never did. Nevertheless, grabbing a handful of G Fuel powder as he typed and shoved it into his mouth, blue dust fluttered around the desk like particles of his broken heart. His love, his whole world was gone, shattered. It was as if nothing else mattered. He laid on his bed, clutching his femboy Hooters body pillow and crying into it, just like Pokey had done that day. He cried and wept for hours on end. He had lost all hope. He had been enveloped in his feelings. Creak! A door had opened. It was none other than Pokimane herself. But why was she here? How did you get in? Sorry, you left your spare keys at my room, Pokey explained. Look, Eclippz, I'm sorry I didn't kiss that guy. He kissed me. I would never betray you like that. Never in 1,000 years. Really? He sniffled as he stood up from the bed. You actually mean it? Of course, Andy. She then wrapped her arms gently round his broad but relaxed shoulders. He held her by her slim, perfect waist. The faces edged closer. This is a realistic thing I would do with a girl, by the way. Red clips? Dude, I'm not okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm low-key blushing. F you. 11:57 p.m. and closer. 11:58 p.m. and closer. 11:59 p.m. and closer. 12 a.m. They kissed passionately. Pokimane's soft pink lips that he had imagined of kissing before had met his. It was destiny, his destiny. A single tear dropped from his cheek. They parted mouths and gazed once again into each other's eyes, keeping it in the moment.
Badass bitch. Big ass titties, man. Got fucking AK size of a fucking minivan. Woo! Listen.
That was very poggers.